Welcome to Living Marvelously with me, Laurie Jonas. This is the show where we unleash the marvelous potential in every woman. Are you ready to dream big and leap into a life you love? Don't let the expectations of others choose for you. Step out of your comfort zone and learn how to create what your life looks like. I'll take you on an inspirational journey, helping you tap into the wellspring of your inner strength, get clear on your life purpose, and unleash the vision you came into the world to share. On Living Marvelously, you will learn about personal development, self-care, and spirituality. And together, we will connect with others, sharing their unique energies, and learn to create a world that allows everyone to shine. Living Marvelously starts now. Hello, everyone. Good morning. Welcome to today's show. Today, we're diving into a topic that so many of us can relate to. It's finding joy and purpose in midlife. This phase of life is often filled with transitions, whether it's changes in your career, you're retiring, family dynamics. Are you an empty nester now? Maybe you're taking care of your own parents. Or personal identity, like, what am I supposed to do with my life now? Sort of all the expectations of my life have starting to transition out. So, and while this can be a time of uncertainty, it's also this unique opportunity to really reconnect with what truly brings us joy and a sense of purpose. So why is this important? Because, too often we get caught up in those roles and responsibilities. We leave little time for ourselves. We leave little time to nurture our own growth and happiness. So rediscovering joy and purpose in midlife is about reclaiming that sense of adventure, exploring new passions, or maybe rekindling some old passions, and realizing that it's never too late to create a fulfilling life. In fact, it's essential. Why would you ever not have a fulfilling life? So whether you're feeling stuck or just curious about what's next, this show is all about embracing this chapter with excitement and possibility. So let's dive into how we can make this time one of the most rewarding phases of our lives. And it's important to understand that when I'm talking about purpose, it's not a job. Maybe you're at a point where you're like, I'm sick of the 9 to 5. I'm sick of working. I want to try something new. Purpose does not have to be a job. Purpose is just you feeling purposeful in life. It's about living your best and most aligned life. It's living in the moment and using your energy and your skills in ways that create harmony and peace for everyone. Because there are so many ways to talk about this subject, so many ways. But I'm going to do maybe a little bit out of the box ones today. And I'm going to start with a little reflection. Journal prompts are key. So I want to share some journal prompts that you can use to do this. Sorry, I had to quickly open something up, so I got distracted there, but here, jumping back in. Journal prompts can help us find purpose. So the first one I want to talk about is, what are some hobbies you love? What are some hobbies that you do now, maybe without even thinking, like maybe it's just exercising, maybe it's, doodling, whatever it is, or maybe what are some hobbies that you used to do when you were younger? Maybe it's drawing, maybe it's painting, dancing, maybe you're a dancer when you were younger. Maybe you're in the band, maybe you played an instrument, you sang, whatever it was. What are some of those hobbies? Write all those down. Write all the ones that make you feel, good about remembering. The next journal prompt is, what qualities and talents come effortlessly to you? And this can be hard because maybe you're thinking, well, I don't have any talents, but you do. What are those things where maybe somebody comes up to you and says, I'm struggling with this. And you're like, oh, I can help you with that. I've been through that before. Let me tell you, those are your qualities and those are your talents that come effortlessly. You just know you have them. And you don't think much of them because they're just natural, where somebody else is like, wow, I'm so happy you have that talent because I don't. So think, what are those? What are those pieces? Describe your ideal day. Moment you open your eyes, what do you want your day to look like? And what are you doing on the days when you open your eyes and you can't wait to get out of bed? What are those things you look forward to the most? For me, one of those things would be traveling. I love to travel. I love to go to beautiful places. So I need to incorporate that in my life for my life to be fulfilling. What would you like to do that you haven't had time to do? That's important. Where are you not giving yourself time to do the things that you love? Describe what the perfect job would be for you. And again, it doesn't have to be a career, it can just be a job. A lot of people, in fact, a couple of my sisters have now been retired, but they went and found a different job. They found a job. So they're still working after they retired, but it's in a job that just makes them happy. It doesn't have to be a career. It's just something to keep them busy, make a little money, do something that uses the skills that they do have. And then what can you do that the world needs? Can you think of what's something you're really passionate about? What are the things that you could talk about forever that you feel like others need to know? And then finally, what would you do for free? What would you do just to offer that to people just so they know? Or what would you do to help somebody out? So once you find your answers to these questions, find ways to incorporate them into your life. Again, it doesn't have to be a job. It just makes you feel purposeful. It makes you feel fulfilled in life. Because humans are unique and we have different skills, different personalities and dreams. And that everyone's path is different. And the world needs us all to thrive. Therefore, don't give up on the things you love. Make your own list of what makes you happy and do that. And it may turn into more purposeful thing at some point, but for now, let it just be purposeful to you. Okay, switching gears just a tiny bit here's another way to find your purpose. Okay, it's pronounced ikigai, and I always pronounce it wrong, so I'm so glad I found the pronunciation. But it's ikigai. It's a Japanese concept that translates to reason for being. And I thought, well, wouldn't we all love to know that, right? The word translated to English roughly means things that you live for, or the reason for which you wake up in the morning. And we already talked about that. What are those things? So here are a few tips on how to find your ikigai. Ask yourself these questions. What do you love to do? This phrase is going to come up a lot today because it's so important, because the things you love to do are the things you're supposed to be doing. So don't dismiss that. If you love to paint, you need to be painting. If you love to be in community, you need to be out in community. Those are those things that you were born to share with the world. So what do you love to do? Is it paint, counting, talking to people, supervising people? Maybe it's teaching, writing, researching, whatever it is. Write those down. Then, what are you good at? Same as we talked about above, or is it solving problems? Is it handling details? Is it organization? Those things that others ask you to do for them, those are the things that you're good at. So a really good thing for this is to ask other people, like go to your family and say, hey, what do you think I'm good at? And they will tell you, because everybody else sees it. You might not see it, but everybody else will see it. How can the world benefit from your purpose? This is interesting because we don't think about that. We think we have our purpose is just ours alone. It's something that we do to make our lives more meaningful. But everything you do and every purpose that you have or everything that you share, it affects the world. Other people are seeing you do it. They're like, oh, wow, that's really great what she's doing. How can I benefit from that? Or you're inspiring other people, or you're motivating other people, or you're literally helping other people, whether that's, giving them their own tools and resources to create their own purposeful life. So how can what you like to do benefit other people? And then finally, how can you be rewarded for that? You could work for other people and get paid. You could sell your products or services. You could, invest wisely. You could get sponsored. Or maybe that reward is just the feeling that you get. Maybe it's not all about money. Because I truly believe that if you are truly happy in your life, all things are going well. And when I say all things, I mean financially, socially, health, uh, fitness, wellness, everything is going well. So if you are doing something that feels really good and you're feeling purposeful, the money's going to come from somewhere. And it may not come from exactly what you're doing, but it will come in other ways. All right, so answer these questions and see if any themes come up. Where do you see patterns? And how can you combine all four of those answers into one job or purpose? Um, and if you love what you do already, but there's maybe a piece missing, how can you add it? So maybe take a class to learn new skills that make you better at your job. Maybe you ask your employer if you can help with charitable projects or make volunteering a part of your schedule or research ways to make money, apart from that so that you have that investment you can use into what you really do love. Or if you're really good at a job but you don't love it, look for the things you do love and then see if you can incorporate more of that into your role. And I mean, journaling is so huge. When you're looking for your purpose, write things down. Write every morning, write down, what would I really want to do today? And keep doing that and find some patterns and then start creating that life. Start acting as if and start creating that life for yourself. And again, this doesn't have to be a job. It can be a side hustle. It can be part-time. It can, just let it see where it takes you. How can it make you feel purposeful? So there's a book out there called Ikigai, The Japanese Secret to a Long and Happy Life. And the authors interviewed 100 centurions that live in Ojimi, Okinawa, Japan. I hope I said that right. Okinawa is where the concept of Ikigai was born, and it's also home to the most 100-year-old residents. Now, could that be a coincidence? So in these interviews, they discovered the 10 rules of Ikigai. Number one, stay active. Don't retire. Like I said with my sisters, they retired, but they're still working. They're still active. Take it slow. Don't fill your stomach. It's an interesting one, but I think that means just don't overindulge. Don't overeat. Surround yourself with good friends. Get in shape for your next birthday. Isn't that something every birthday we all say, okay, I'm going to be in shape for my next birthday? They actually do it. Smile. Reconnect with nature. Give thanks. Really live in the moment. I think that's the biggest one. It's such a huge one. To live in the moment. What are you doing right now? What can you focus on right now? What if you're feeling not great about your life right now in this moment, what can you do to change that? Can you just go outside in nature? Can you smile? Can you surround yourself with good friends? So many ways to live in the moment. And then number 10 was follow your Ikigai. So I'm probably saying that wrong, and I apologize if I am, but it's such a fabulous concept. And these centurions continue to do what they love for as long as their health allows. So that was the second piece of finding our joy and purpose. So I'm Laurie Jonas. You're listening to Living Marvelously. When we come back, I'm going to talk about a couple more things and continue this conversation with more incredible ways to find joy and purpose. We will see you then. All right, welcome back. Before we continue, I want to tell you about something I have coming up. It's on September 26th, the Introduction to Human Design webinar. I want to share with you a system that combines ancient wisdom with modern science to help you discover your unique blueprint. And what you'll learn during this webinar is your unique energy type. You'll understand how you're designed to interact with the world, your decision-making strategy. You'll learn how to make choices that align with your true self and your personal growth. Discover how human design can help you navigate life with more clarity and purpose. I'd love for you to join me if you've been curious about human design at all. This is a great introductory course. I'll leave a link to register in the description. All right, let's continue our discussion. Oh, and just to say, human design is another great way to help you find your purpose and find what really makes you feel happy in life. So if this is a great topic for you, human design can be really helpful. All right. So once you have some idea of what your purpose might be, so you've answered all these questions. Oh, and when we talk about how I say ikigai, I understand that that's the American pronunciation, and I apologize to any of my Japanese friends or anybody who knows Japanese that I'm not saying it correctly in the tone short um, pitches that you might use. So I apologize for that, but hopefully I gave your idea some good. I was able to translate that anyway. All right. So if you've done all that, now I want you to think about how that all is. So what have you come up with? How have you put it together? Maybe you've got some ideas now about what your purpose might be. But if you aren't used to taking control of your life, you may need to work on your confidence first. So for me, the key to confidence in your 50s and really at any age is to just be you. And I think this is so important for anybody, but especially in midlife. Know that you were born with your own unique abilities, and those abilities are yours and yours alone. Only you can be an expert in your life. It cannot be compared or judged against anyone else's life because they don't have the same abilities. Can you understand that? There's nobody who can do the things that you can do. So, what is confidence? It's a feeling of self assurance arising from one's appreciation of one's own abilities or qualities. So, can you learn to appreciate all of the things that you are really good at, all of those talents, all of those things that you love to do? Because when you shy away or hide your ability because you don't think you're good enough, you really break a chain because somebody out there is waiting for you to share that with them. You are needed for someone else to feel confident and to share their ability. The key to confidence isn't about feeling better than anyone else. It's knowing that you are capable and not afraid to express it. So, to increase your confidence, let's start with some confidence building exercises. So, get clear on what truly matters to you. We've already talked about this. Do all the things that I've already said in the beginning of this video. Teach what you know. I love to teach. And if you, like I said earlier, if there's something that you love to talk about, you could talk about it forever and you would love to share it with people, do that. Go out there and teach it to other people. Feel good about yourself. Really take steps to love yourself. That's a really important piece of confidence. You have to feel good enough about yourself that you can express yourself to others. So it really starts with your own self-care. Because when you feel better and you know you are doing things to feel good, you will be more confident in showing up and being seen. Just be yourself. Your confidence will explode when you stop trying to look, sound, or be like anybody else. Others can really see right through that. So be your authentic self, and it's much more powerful at all times. Here's a quote from Mike Dooley. You are automatically led by your own natural inclinations and impulses to the roles that will please you most at any given point in your life. So it's just natural to do the things that you love. So have the confidence that that is the case. All right. And of course, stop the negative self-talk. We have to stop the negative self-talk. That's such an important topic. Feed your mind with positive things about yourself. Even if you feel like maybe you're a little bit overweight, you've got a beautiful body and your body is doing amazing things for you. Maybe you feel like you don't have enough money or everything is so expensive. You're always complaining about money. What money do you have? What is money doing for you? What are those things that you can appreciate about money? Do things that make you happy. We've talked about that a lot, and it's going to come up again. Celebrate your achievements. Spend some time every day or every week looking back at all you have accomplished. Celebrate the little wins and the big wins. See that you are capable of achieving what you desire. So feel the confidence in all that you have already achieved. That's really important to keep going back. What have I already done? If you feel like you're not getting something that you want, what have I already done? And how have I already achieved something like that in my life? All right. The final piece of what I want to talk about today in finding joy and purpose in your life is joy. So in every example so far, we've talked about joy. We've talked about doing what you love, having fun. But how do you find that joy? I've had a few clients who tell me, I don't even know what joy is to me anymore. It's not always easy, but you can ask for help. I recently wrote a blog post about connecting with your joy guides. So joy guides are a unique type of spirit guide with a very specific purpose: to bring joy, fun, and laughter into your life. They often have a playful, childlike energy and are dedicated to helping you remember how to experience the lighter side of life. Think of them as the cheerleaders of your spiritual team, encouraging you to smile, play, and find happiness in the small things. So my mom, Marvel, is definitely one of my joy guides. Her humor and go with the flow attitude always guide me. When I'm with my sisters, with my family, with my kids, and we start laughing about something, immediately I feel my mom's presence. She's always there to try to uplift us. So what do joy guides do? Their primary role is to remind you to embrace life with a sense of wonder. They show up in moments when you feel down or overly serious, nudging you towards activities or thoughts that lift your spirits. They guide you to spontaneous opportunities for fun. They help you see humor in difficult situations, or they inspire you to express your creativity in a joyful way. And you might notice their presence when you maybe suddenly feel the urge to dance around the kitchen or laugh uncontrollably at something unexpected. This happens often, like I said, with my sisters and children, which is an indication that mom is always near. I have a friend that says that we are the giggling sisters. I can't remember how she said it, but whenever I'm with particularly one sister, we laugh after everything we say. It's just a part of who we are, and that's that joy piece that just makes you feel good. So joy guides also love bringing you back to the moment, helping you release worries and simply enjoy the present. So I just have a minute and a half or so left. So I just want to give you a few ways that you can recognize your joy guides. Unexpected bursts of laughter or fun. You find yourself laughing or having fun out of the blue. Something just made you laugh. Synchronicities that lead to joy. Maybe it's a gentle push to be playful. Signs and symbols of lightness like butterflies, balloons, other whimsical symbols. Moments of pure presence. Sometimes joy comes from the simplest things like watching a sunset, enjoying a good meal, cuddling with a pet. Music that lifts your mood. Music's a big one for me too. And maybe just random acts of kindness. All right, that is it for today. But I hope I've given you some things to think about and put you on a path of living with joy and purpose. Because after all, isn't what that life is all about? Feeling like you're making a difference, feeling like you have a purpose, and really having a lot of fun doing it. So if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, share it with a friend who can maybe use a little more positivity or a little more joy, a little more purpose in their life. And reach out to me if you need more help. Please join me every second and fourth Thursday, 8 a.m. Pacific time. Next time on Living Marvelously, I'm going to talk to you about spiritual abundance. So I will see you then. Thank you for listening to Living Marvelously with me, your host, Laurie Jonas. Tune in next time to unleash the marvelous potential in every woman, every second and fourth Thursday at 8 a.m. Pacific on transformationtalkradio.com as I help you choose a life that you are passionate about. Learn to embrace your unique self, dream big, and leap into what you choose to have your marvelous life look like. Together we create a world that allows everyone to shine. For more information, visit livingmarvelously.com. That's livingmarvelously.com. See you next time on Living Marvelously.